Internet, my name's Evitel.
Actually, Evitel, do you mind if we don't start the show just yet? I just want to try the Mage Tower really quick.
Oh, yeah, sure. So, are you doing the Mage Tower?
Yeah, totally. I'm just waiting for it to be built.
Wait, the Mage Tower isn't even built?
No, but Evitel, seriously, I've been sitting here for like a week and a half, and I know we've got a show to do and everything. It can't possibly be much longer now.
It's only at 83%.
But it's been so long, Evitel.
Taliesin, look, I know this is really disappointing for you, but we really need to start the show.
Yeah, okay, fine. Can I at least just finish my emissary quest? I've got like one more world quest to do.
Okay, fine. Are you gonna do the world quest?
Yes! I'm just waiting for another Augustian Reach quest to pop because there's none on the map right now, okay?
Oh, for goodness sake. There's one.
That's a pet battle quest.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I know, right?
There is much to be done.
Okay, that's it. Khadgar's getting restless. Taliesin, I'm sorry, but we have to start. Just turn it off.
Yeah, okay, fine. Sorry. Let me just hearth so I can log out, okay?
Fine. Why aren't you hearthing?
Because I'm in combat with something and I don't know what it is and I can't hearth until I'm not in combat with anymore, so I'm waiting till I'm not in combat and I kind of wish I was dead.
Khadgar!
Knowledge is power.
And that was the third and final week of the Argus story campaign, and there was a definite badass theme going on this week. First up, we got to hang out at Velen's old house as he mourned his son, and were able to get some fascinating insights into his character. Like, for example, that Velen and his wife used to sleep in separate beds, which is fine, that's absolutely fine. And also, no wardrobes, which totally explains the whole wearing the same clothes for 25,000 years thing. Mystery solved. But that's not badass. What was badass was when we fought Talgarth, and then Velen totally mercilessly killed Talgarth as he was trying to escape. That was pretty badass. Although technically another kill steal in a long line of kill steals this expansion, but whatever. You don't expect that from Velen, and I liked it. That pep talk from Illidan obviously finally taking effect there, and I get the feeling that this is like a new lease of life for Velen. You know how in Back to the Future when Marty's dad punches Biff and then the next time we see him he's this totally different guy who's much hotter, much more confident, and Biff is polishing his car and stuff? That's pretty much what happened here. Velen finally stepped up, laid the smackdown on this guy that basically murdered his family, and then we go back to the Vindicar a bit later and new Velen has pimped that shit out, and welcome to the Blindicar. I mean, the Vindicar could fly, but the Blindicar is fly, am I right? I think I'm right. And the Blindicar has got it all going on. More gold plating than a Trump Tower elevator, LED lights, pumping sound system. If it had some sweet chrome hubs, it'd be good to go. Still no wardrobes though. And Velen was not the only one undergoing major changes this week either, as the concluding part of the Argus campaign saw us help out Alleria with her Void homework and eventually seemingly get infused with the power of a dying corrupted Naru, which I think we can all agree is brilliant news. I mean, there is only good things that can possibly come from this, right? Alleria's full of Void. We're the only ones that know because she's even keeping it a secret from Terralion. There's basically nothing that can possibly go wrong here, right? In all seriousness though, this may have been my favourite installment of the Argus story so far. There was, in my opinion, some unexpectedly good character development going on in these Alleria quests. And I feel a whole lot more invested in her character and this whole Terralion is the embodiment of light, Alleria as the embodiment of shadow story arc as a result. In fact, this whole campaign has been pretty brilliant story-wise. From arriving on an alien world, to teaming up with the few scattered allies we have, putting Zera back together, then realising we probably shouldn't have bothered, going to a preserved, untouched part of the planet, catching tangible glimpses of an ancient society long since destroyed, all through to the events of this week. It's been a suitably large-scale and important feeling story that was well-paced, frankly, a joy to play through, and the only bad thing that I can say about the Argus campaign storyline is that it's over. But I don't mean that in an empty way. It's over. And that might turn out to be a very bad thing indeed. There was 3 weeks of content in that Argus campaign, and we've just sewn it up. When Badass Velen says at the end, it's time to take on Antorus, the burning throne, and sort this mess out once and for all, he is being just a tiny little bit over-enthusiastic there, because whereas you may well be right, Velen, and we may well be ready to take on Antorus, we're not going to actually do that for another 2 months, are we? That's most likely when the raid will open, and in the meantime, there are no more story chapters to play through. And it was brilliant But that was it. The 7-2 Legionfall campaign is a meme at this point for how lazy it was, but even that had some new bullshit story quest for you to pick up every week until the raid opened. When it comes to Argus, everything that you will be doing there for the next 8 weeks is already there, and the question is there enough of it? Well, I'm not sure. At the moment, I would say yes, most certainly, because I'm still in that excellent spot where I am genuinely keen to build up my reputation with the two factions and take a chance on relinquished gear, so I'm devouring everything on the map daily, clearing all the world quests, which are still novel enough that I find them genuinely enjoyable, jumping into invasions, killing rares, and that's going to keep me fully involved on my main for another week or two for sure. But what then? Once I hit Exalted and blow all my gold on that ridiculous mount, will I really be so motivated? I've already killed all of the elites for my Commander achievement and those sweet-ass weapon sets, so if I kill any now, it really is just a case of because I'm farming them for Argonite or the occasional mount. Likewise with the Invasion Rifts. They are a massive improvement on the Centenax, but I can't really see myself travelling to the other side of the map to get one for too much longer. There's a new dungeon, of course, which, in fairness, I've hardly touched at this point, because I ran it once for the quest and thought, man, this dungeon is so easy. Thanks for the non-content, Blizz, GG, before realising I was running on heroic and overgeared it by about 40 levels, and it's possible that I may have been slightly unfair in my criticism. If I'm worried about there being 8 weeks of content there though, it's naive to think that I won't be busy for the next 8 weeks, because with the unlocking of the Netherlight Crucible this week, the artifact power grind is well and truly back on with a vengeance, because it's so tantalising, isn't it? I can see traits that, even though they're quite often not the traits that I would have chosen, to be honest, are still considerable buffs to my power, and I want them, but I need so much more artifact power. And the thing is, I'm on track. My main is pretty much level in progress with its artifact as Preach's main, I learned, so I think that's okay. You're going to unlock about a level or two each week playing normally, and that's fine, but put it this way, I am very glad that I'm not in a top-end progression guild where having all of those traits unlocked for the next raid will be mandatory. Added to the fact that if you really want to min-max and find the best possible relics with the best possible RNG bonus traits on in time for Antorus, then yes, the answer to the question is yes, you are going to be busy for the next 8 weeks. Just maybe not in quite the way you might like. Furthermore, there is a shit show to be had on the forums over the Netherlight Crucible. General idea of the Netherlight Crucible, the implementation of the Netherlight Crucible, the Netherlight Crucible bug that makes your eye level fluctuate so that 1 minute you're 930, then 932, then 928, all without swapping out any gear. Oh, that was fun. But you know what? I went for a walk earlier, and autumn had arrived. The air was crisp, the leaves were turning yellow and starting to fall. The sky was a beautiful red, and there was a bonfire smell somewhere in the distance. I watched my shadow stretch off for miles ahead of me, and I thought, the Netherlight Crucible can wait. We will have no shit show today. The Netherlight Crucible will still be here next week, folks. Not today. The fact that I'm currently panicking over the thought of 8 whole weeks with no new major content is a sign of how spoiled we've become in Legion, because that's not really long, especially in a game which was conceived with player interaction at heart. And hey, when it comes down to it, there are worse places you could be stranded. Argus overall is a massive achievement, and something that I think the player base are guaranteed to look back on fondly in years to come. It'll be interesting to see how the next 2 months pan out.
An excellent series of events happened to us a couple of days ago. We got our hands on Blizzcon tickets, which we were not expecting. So yeah, we're going to Blizzcon, more on that later, which was exciting enough. And then a few hours later, Blizzard announced the first of their digital in-game items for ticket and virtual ticket holders, faction airship mounts. And that right there is how to take some awesome news and make it even awesomer. It's like if you adopted a kitten, and it turns out the kitten was also brilliant at baking cakes. Or like if Bill Cosby bought you a drink, and it was just a drink. Basically, it was the best day ever, because these 2-seater mounts are ridiculous, and I'm not talking about the ridiculous physics-defying movement animations of the Horde airship. I mean it in a they're just amazing sort of way. I think what I like best about the Alliance one is that, as hilarious as it looks when it's flying, it's even more fun to land on water with it and pretend like you're sailing in a dope Alliance ship taking part in the pirating South Seas expansion you've always dreamed of. Be warned though, because if you do that, even though your character's head is miles out of the water, you will drown. You will just drown. I think I know why there's so many undiscovered islands in the South Seas. Is it sneaky that Blizzard are putting these behind a $40 ticket price? Well, I mean, you could call it a cash grab if you really wanted to, obviously. It's certain that they will sell more virtual tickets now that these bad boys are part of the deal than they would without them. But the ticket has always cost $40, even when the free in-game item was yet another Murloc pet. So you could see it as actually people who buy tickets to BlizzCon are getting more for their money than they ever have before, which is kind of the opposite of a cash grab. And since, don't forget, you can still buy your real-life virtual ticket with your pretend money that you get from sending followers off on order hall missions, it's all relative anyway. And as you can imagine, these mounts being connected to the virtual ticket sent WoW token prices to all-time highs in all regions. Honestly, wherever you are, you will never have seen the WoW token this expensive before, so I hope you sold a lot of glyphs this month. In Europe at the time of writing, and this is the truth, WoW tokens cost 67 million gold, which is about 7 million gold more than usual. And it wasn't just the EU. US realms saw their WoW token prices reach a nosebleed-inducing 57 gold each. Unbelievable. But for me, WoW token inflation is a small price to pay for being able to buy actual real-life thing with a currency you earn in-game. The fact that I can flat out buy Destiny 2 with gold I earn playing World of Warcraft, that's amazing! However much gold you'll need to spend on WoW tokens to buy a store mount, or the virtual ticket price for those 2 new mounts, it's still going to be cheaper than your 2 million gold spider. So how are these airship mounts any less in-game than the spider? They cost less gold, and you get a virtual ticket to BlizzCon, where you'll see us because I don't know if I mentioned, but we'll be there. And in-game items for your other Blizzard games for your gold too.
No, sorry Evitel, but I'm doing this one because Shadow is a ludicrously large-eared cat which will benefit hurricane charities, which is splendid. But fuck that, because here, finally, is a pet specifically designed for discipline priests. I mean, we already know that discipline priests are the chosen one. Every single one of us is the child of light and shadow, as foretold in the prophecy. Luckily, there aren't that many of us. So quite rightly, we now have our own pet too, because Shadow straight up changes its alignment between light and shadow. That's basically me in a raid. Well, I mean, give it a sweet-ass transmog and make it spend half its time trying to life-grip teammates off the edge of cliffs and bridges for the lols, and that's me in a raid, totally. It's for charity, it's great, the end. Sports news, Evitel.
Oh.
Because it's the weekend, and
Yes.
sport happens at the weekend. That's
Yeah.
definitely what happens in the real world. I've seen it on the TV, and it's happening this weekend in a World of Warcraft capacity. Blizzard Warcraft esports happening this weekend. Happening right now as we speak.
No
now,
way.
What 3 letters do you think of when I say Warcraft esports?
PvP?
Yes, but you are wrong, because it's not PvP that's going on in this esport, because this is the Mythic Dungeon Invitational.
No way.
Yes way.
How do I sign up?
You can't, you're too late. You should have done it ages ago, because the 32 teams that are through to the... it's the first knockout round, so there are teams from all over the world, from the Americas and the EU, and from countries that use letters that I don't even understand. But they're all there. Well, they're not all there. 32 of them are there. The best Mythic Dungeoners in the world.
Wow.
So I have to admit, I was quite surprised that you're not there. But no, I'm like genuinely interested about this. I'm going to try and watch a little bit if I can.
Yeah.
That's a little. I'm going to try and watch a little bit.
Just turn
if I
it
can.
on
No,
for
I'm
a
excited because
second.
I watch the PvP ones sometimes. It's really
Yeah.
exciting.
I
and
have no idea what's going
no,
on.
and I don't understand high-level PvP well enough to really understand it, but I do understand Mythic Dungeons. Who will you cheer for? Will you cheer for the Americas or will you cheer for the Europes?
Are they playing against each other?
They might well play against each other at some point.
I don't know. I'm going to make that decision when I come to them.
Who would you support out of Australasia's?
New Zealand.
Okay, New Zealand all the way.
Team New Zealand.
So what you're saying is you like New Zealand better than you like other Asias.
No,
You're saying that you don't like the other Asias and that you only like New Zealand. Well, then you just chose them. You couldn't choose the Europes or Americas, but you chose New Zealand straight out. You're like, they're better than all the other Asias.
That's like,
Sorry,
that's
other
like
Asias.
Oceania, isn't it?
Sorry, other Asias.
Oh God, sorry guys.
Sorry. Evitel hates you, hopes you lose. Well, we did a competition to win a real life thing.
It's so real.
Jesus, that's so great.
Look at that.
I'm not even sure if
that.
that's shown up. Yeah, there we are.
There we
This
go.
is our canvas, which we have touched a
All
lot.
over.
And we will be sending this to someone. Now, the challenge we set you was to write in the comments of our last video, and I agree with Taliesin. Which is probably what you were going to write anyway,
Yeah.
so we just made it easy for you. That's what you had to write in the comments. Now, even though the competition is over, You don't have to stop writing that.
Yeah, you can keep doing that.
Yeah.
Except you can replace Taliesin with Evitel. And I see you. I see all of you who did that. I see what you did there.
I see what
Thank
you did,
you.
but you didn't win though.
you.
Who did
Yeah.
win? Because we did the draw last night at 11:59 as promised,
We did.
and we had a winner. And who is the winner?
The winner is Scott Jefferson. Yeah, just to clear up in case there are multiple Scott Jeffersons out there.
shit.
This is the one who wrote, I agree with Taliesin and Evitel. It's a shit show. Love the show. Keep doing these awesome vids. Winky face.
Boom, he wins.
Yeah.
By the way, we didn't just choose it. We used a program from the internet to choose the random comment.
Yeah,
didn't
we did.
That's what we did. What program did you use?
It is called commentpicker.com.
There you go, commentpicker.com. So it's legit.
It's legit.
Okay? It's coming to you. It's coming to you. We'll be in contact. And we're going to
We'll
send
be
it to
in
you.
touch.
And this is the last time you're going to see it on our screen. Next time you see it, Scott Jefferson, it's going to be on your wall. I was going to say face. You'll look at it with your face, but it'll be somewhere where you've put it. Maybe it won't be on your wall, maybe it'll be on your floor or your ceiling. Put it where you want. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
But don't throw it out.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't
Don't
rip it or use
Don't-
it for firewood.
Yeah, no, don't do that either.
Don't do that, Scott, you monster. I'm not sure Scott deserves it. Scott, what are you?
Like,
We give you this canvas, Scott, and you just throw it in the. Fuck Scott. Fuck that guy. We're going to BlizzCon.
We're going to BlizzCon.
Do you remember when we said that we weren't going to BlizzCon? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We lied. We are going to BlizzCon. We're going to be there with bells on.
Yes, literal bells.
Literal bells, so
Everywhere.
everyone knows where we are. We're going to be taking in all the sights and sounds and smells.
Oh,
We're
it's
going to be
gonna be so
reporting
good.
from there, obviously. We're really looking forward to it.
We
It's gonna
really
be
are.
good. And we have some new merchandise, some new merch
Yeah.
available, which will be coming soon. We've ordered some of the merch ourselves just to make sure that it's all legit
Just to
and
give
it's
it a
all good
test.
before we release it
like-
to you guys. But we've got some t-shirts and stuff, haven't we? So
Yeah.
if you are going to BlizzCon and you want to buy a Taliesin Evitel t-shirt,
Yeah.
well, tune in next episode because we'll probably be giving a couple away.
We might.
The ones that we ordered, because
Yeah.
I'm wearing. It's a bit weird if we wear them, to be honest.
Yeah.
And also we'll give you all the deets on how you can buy them if you so desire.
Yeah.
It's
And we'll
up to
have
you,
two
man.
different designs.
Yeah, well,
All will be unveiled.
Different designs, different colours,
We've got some different
all
options.
kinds of stuff. I kind of think we should do a mug as well.
Ooh.
I love mugs.
If you guys would like choose any type of merch, well, actually, I'm gonna backtrack.
No,
on
no,
that, actually.
any type of merch.
But you know what I mean, like mugs or like, do you want a hoodie? Do you want a hoodie?
Nah, you don't want a hoodie.
Okay.
You don't want a hoodie. You just want t-shirts.
Okay.
They just want t-shirts and a mug. That's what they
Fine.
want.
A mug.
It can be like a heat change mug.
Nice.
So if you pour hot drink in it, your glasses disappear. If you enjoyed this episode, don't thank us. Thank our patrons who give their actual real life money
Yes,
to
they
help this channel exist. And without them, honestly, this channel would not exist at the moment.
just
This
wouldn't.
video certainly wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Thank you, patrons. And if you didn't like this video, blame the patrons. It's their fault. They should go to hell.
Wow.
No, if you didn't like it, downvote the shit out of it. Remember, my name is Infectious. My name is Taliesin.
And I'm Evitel.
Until next time, cheerio.